get going.
Hello amigos, RadiShineAmigo here. Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Adventure. Last time Amy got kidnapped and now we've got to chase the egg carrier. Yeah, I found out that if you press RB on the Xbox controller, he does his little...
So, this is Angel Island.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's actually a part of the game or not, or if that's added to the Better DX mod.
This is the ancient light. Try the light speed dash toward the enemy. With this, you can now do the light speed attack.
Because I never knew that you could press that button and he would say something. I knew he would say that, he says that stuff if you leave him idle for a certain amount of time. But, yeah. So, yeah, we can charge this up, like we do with the light speed dash, and it can home in on enemies. Mostly used just to, you know, destroy that badnik and get through here, but... yeah, there are some other places you can use it if you want to. It's one of those types of power-ups, and Sonic Adventure 2 does a better job in this, in my opinion. But the power-ups in this game are more stuff that are like helpful, but you don't have to have them there. They just kind of enhance the gameplay. They don't force it down your throat, which is what I like. It's not like mandatory power-ups. I'm gonna like open up the can of worms here and just jump back into that Mario 64 comparison I was talking about last time. The caps in Mario 64, you are required to use them to get certain stars, and then other than that there really isn't any use for them at all. They're very situational, except maybe the metal cap. In this game, more so Adventure 2, like I said, it's not as prevalent in this game, but the power-ups, they can be used in the stage, but you don't have to use them. Like, I could have used the light speed attack right there if I wanted to, but I didn't. Bear in mind, I'm more so talking for some of the other characters. Sonic's power-ups aren't really the greatest in this, but some of the other characters do a better job. And like I said, Sonic Adventure 2 just does a better job as a whole with the power-ups. Especially with them being a lot quicker. Like the light speed dash is just one button as opposed to charging it down, you know? But yeah. I'm talking over my favourite level of the game. And I haven't described why I love this level so much. So I love jumping on the different mountings at the top. I absolutely love the music. I wish this level was chosen for Sonic Generations. It's kind of reminiscent of like Lava Reef, especially when you get down here. And I love the transition. Like the stage just looks so different when you get to this part of the stage. It's kind of amazing to feel like this is part of the area that we was in just a moment ago. I love the sense of scale as well. Just you're so high up in the air on all these mountains, and you can jump from mountain to mountain. And there's also loads of different pathways that you can take as well. It's just really fun to play. And this part down here, it goes for a bit more of a linear vibe, but it's pretty cool just because, like I said earlier, it's just amazing how like this place that essentially is Lava Reef is in the same area as, you know, those mountains. And you kind of wonder, like, it's Red Mountain, but obviously it's loads of lava everywhere, so it's more of like a volcano in a sense, but it isn't a volcano because it doesn't like erupt or anything, you know. And I feel like it's a pretty unique level trope in a sense, because from the top of my head I don't really know of any games that have, like, most of the time it's just a flat out volcano that erupts, you know. It's not like mountain tops and then you have, you know, the lava in the mountain. Another thing I really like about this game is it connects the levels and the world and the story very well together.
Hey, Sonic!
Hey, I'm glad you're okay.
Roger!
So we've got another Sky Chase act. What I was going on about though with the way the worlds like connected and everything. So if you think about it, so the area we were just in, like Station Square, that's connected to a beach, which was Emerald Coast. It's also connected to a casino, and it's connected to an amusement park, which we've all been to, and it makes sense like how you get there and everything. In this instance, we went from Station Square, we took the train, which went over to the Mystic Ruins, and the Mystic Ruins was connected to Angel Island, which is connected to Red Mountain, because Red Mountain's on Angel Island. And then you get to the end of Red Mountain, which, bear in mind, Red Mountain had stage transition in it already. And at the end of Red Mountain, you come to a dead end. You meet Tails. Tails flies you in the sky, and we're back at the egg carrier again. And the world just like, it feels very connected, and even the stories feel pretty well connected. Obviously, it's not like 10 out of 10 writing or anything, but you know, for what it's trying to do as just being like a kids game, it's not really trying to, you know, have the best writing in the world is what I'm trying to say. It's trying to do something that's entertaining, and I think it works. But as I was going with the characters, so Tails was doing his own thing, and that happens while Sonic's doing his own thing, and then the characters meet back up again. And there's a lot of like instances in this game where the characters are doing their own thing, and I just really like that, you know. And I really like how the world is all connected. It makes everything just feel like one big thing, as opposed to, oh, you're in a hub world and there's separate levels, you know, and you go to the level, but it feels like that level was not even connected to the hub world you're in the slightest, you know. Which that seemed to be something that a lot of games kind of went for. Even like, you know, Crash Bandicoot 2 went for something like that. And so I love Crash Bandicoot 2, as you all know. Crash Bandicoot 3 kind of made a bit more sense out of it though, with the time traveling. I guess it has warps in Crash 2, but that always felt like more of an excuse, if anything, because Crash 1 did the whole transitioning to each part of the levels pretty well, you know. And Crash 2 just kind of goes for like the same level, the same. It's still an Insanity Beach, you know. But of course, both games are still really fun to play. Now, something that I could have sworn I could have been able to do before, and I can't do it now, I don't think, is I've managed to just be able to spam the shoot button here and not get hit by the egg carrier. Like I didn't have to move out of the way or anything. But I can't seem to do that anymore. I seem to always be able to do that when I was younger, and now I can't do that anymore. I always have to move out of the way of the laser.
Alrighty, we're in!
We gotta land on the egg carrier.
Whoop. I forgot something.
What's that?
There's no landing gear in this mode.
What? Wow, this thing is really huge.
No time to gawk now. We need to find Amy.
You're right, my friend. So here we go.
Should have another cutscene appear like any second.
Don't get too many ideas, you fools! You haven't seen the power this vessel really has!
That always looked like a face, like that, and I love it. So yeah, the egg ship is now changing shape, because there's a button on the egg carrier that does that.
Oh, wow! It's changed shape. Did you see that?
Darn! This makes it harder for us to get to the bridge.
I hate it when he doesn't listen.
I bet you weren't expecting this. The only way you can get to me is through the sky deck. Find out if you can figure this one out.
Well, thanks for telling us, Egghead.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll show you. Bring it on.
I really love the that line with Sonic and Tails. Like Tails points
This
out.
must be the way to the sky deck.
I always love that scene there. He always just turns for some reason. He's gonna do it now. Oh my god. This is brilliant. But yeah, Tails points out the painfully obvious, and then Sonic's just like, yeah, no shit. And like, the other Sonic games do point out the obvious, but I like the fact that this game kind of takes the mick out of it, you know? And I find that funny, you know? Another thing I like is, so Tails forgot to install a landing gear in his ship, and I find that kind of funny. It doesn't really, like, you could have had it so he had landing gear, and it still would have been the same game, but it adds extra charm to the fact that, oh, Tails can be a little bit of an idiot sometimes, you know? He's a very smart character, but at the end of the day, you know, he still makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and, you know, I like that. Like how the game just made a mistake there and just pushed me through that wall. So, of course, this is very, very reminiscent of Wing Fortress Zone from Sonic 2. Except, you know, we're on the egg carrier, and it's called Skydeck instead. Something I will address though, with these glitches in mind, again, I'm playing the PC version of this game. The PC version of this game has more glitches than, a lot more glitches than, oh, that was all my fault there. I pressed the homing attack too quickly. You have to jump onto the ladder at the top. Yeah, the PC version, yeah, you see, the PC version has a lot more glitches in comparison to the Dreamcast version. So if you do want to play this game and you've never played this game before, I highly recommend the Dreamcast version. The Dreamcast version is a lot less glitchier. Usually when people complain about the glitches in this game, it's because they haven't played the Dreamcast version, you know? And this game gets an unfair rep because of it, really. I mean, at the same time though, Sega really shouldn't be porting. They shouldn't keep releasing this version of the game, you know. But oh well. Huh? What? Okay. And once again, the music is just absolutely incredible. I love the music in this game. It's so good. And see, this has like one of the best like game soundtracks like ever, really. The music, it fits the theme of the level, but it's also incredibly catchy, and there's just so much variety in the tracks. Not every track is like, I don't know, heavy metal. Like there's all like a different variety of stuff, you know. Okay, so right here, what we want to do is there's that cannon right there. It's going to turn around. Oh, I just barely missed it. Maybe I can just about get it here. Nah, I missed again. There we go. So when the cannon is facing towards you, well, towards one of the rockets, you want to use that rocket to attack the cannon, because the rocket goes inside the area where the cannon fires, and that destroys the cannon. And now this is the last part of the sky deck, which is it's a bit more platforming focused. It's got like a bit of a gimmick to it where I love doing that. Where let's see if I can do this actually. Oh. Okay. Well, you're not really supposed to do that, so that makes sense. But you can spin dash jump and make it to the exit. But yeah, the gimmick in this is that the ship's like constantly rotating, because obviously it's flying in the air and everything. And yeah, so the platform will change a little bit. So we were right ways up a second ago, and now we're tilted to the side. There is actually a lever that tilts the ship. You can't access it as Sonic, but in Knuckles level you can access it as Knuckles. So we'll be getting to that when we get to that, because each character does explore the same stages, but it's all like they all have their own different feel. Like not every stage is exactly the same. So, for instance, we'll take this stage for example. Sonic goes through like 3 different acts. Knuckles only goes through the last act. Tails only goes through the first act, you know? Let's try jumping down here. There we go. And now the ship's rotating. And then once it rotates back, you can run down here. And there we are. And of course, just like classic Sonic games, you have the animal capsules as well, which is quite nice. I like rescuing the animals, and I feel like that's something that just needs to stick with the Sonic games, you know?
Is that it?
It might be, but let's check out the bridge.
Okay. So yeah, you've got all the site area to explore. I'm not going to explore it, because I explored a lot of it in my original playthrough, so we're just gonna go up to the top, and this is where you want to go.
Sonic!
Ha! They're too late!
Not the birdie! A Chaos Emerald! No way!
Be gone, all of you! This is all I really need. Gamma!
What is your wish, Master Robotnik?
Get rid of these pests! Show them what you've got!
Aye, aye, sir.
And don't disappoint me, or else...
And yeah, we're fighting Gamma now. And he's just as easy as Knuckles. Yeah, the character battles aren't very good in this game. There we go.
Stop it, Sonic!
Step aside, Amy! Out of my way!
No! This robot is my friend! He helped me! Don't hurt him!
Okay. Whatever you say. You must have your reasons.
Hey, the ship is losing altitude!
Hurry, Tails! Take Amy and get out of here!
But what about you?
I'll find that Eggman and put him out of commission.
So yeah, now we can play as E102, the robot we just beaten. But we're going to play more of this game next time, so thank you all for watching, and take care.